Good evening. Hopefully everybody can hear me tonight. I got a new microphone right here. I can't get it on camera because where I placed it. But I got a new microphone for my kids for my birthday. Or no, for Christmas. I didn't have a birthday in December. And so you're going to have to let me know how I'm doing if you can hear me. If you can't hear me and I'm muted right now, tell me that, please, Daniel. Great. Thank you, Buckshot Kid. I appreciate that. I hope everybody's having a great night. I am having a fantastic night, and I need to find the right. I hate these. I hate experimenting with views. Let's see. Where are we at? I guess we'll stay here. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. It is Tuesday. I halfway thought about not doing a show at all, and I thought about y'all, and I'm like, no, I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do something big. It was a big weekend for me and my family, obviously. I think you can see this Seahawk and this Seahawk and that Seahawk. And then, of course, my high school alma mater, the best logo in sports. And I'm just glad to see you guys. So I wanted to come on and just spend a little bit of time. I will stick around as long as you guys want me to. This is not something I had. I don't have some big Super Bowl news to review. Everybody saw the game. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. I do have college football news. I'm going to give you cliff notes because there is so much. Just a sec. Honestly, it was hard for me to sort of focus and flex, so I thought I'll do this with you. Got a bunch of stories bookmarked, got a bunch of stuff we can review. But college sports, it's not is changing. It's been changing. And you can roll it back as long as you want. But in my opinion, everything changed when a little bit of realignment, but really NIL in the transfer portal changed everything. And 2021, it was not legal, not legal. It wasn't against the rules in 2020, but hadn't really gotten sorted out, right? Why is that? Oh, it's okay. So that's what sort of broke the wind. I mean, that's what broke the ice, right? NIL going away is not going to happen anytime soon. And so the world everybody needs to live in, and when I say everybody, it's not us. We're the smart guys. It's all the idiots running these conferences, all the people that are sticking around and trying to be the bosses like Greg Sankey. It's like, what are we doing here? Greg Sankey just thinks he can get away with anything. And he did have a win. That G League NBA guy got kicked out of Alabama. Not kicked out. It's not the right word. All of the games he played in have been vacated. It was illegal for him to be there against the rules. I keep saying that. Against the rules, not illegal. And now we find out that there's a chance Alabama, and I don't have a news report. There's a lot of rumors out there, but the rumor is that Alabama is not only going to have to forfeit the rest of this season, but may get suspended for the next year or two for the NCAA, which would be huge. The SEC gets money from that. Alabama obviously has been a great team. Gate receipts pay for a lot of bills, right? Gate receipts pay for a lot of things. And we'll have to find out what happens with Alabama. If anybody has an actual on-the-record report, Wall Street Journal, New York Times, something like that says this is where we're at with this story, I will happily relink that and we can talk about it. But up to now, right now, we know for a fact he has been ruled out of eligibility. He lost his temporary restraining order. He now has to go. And I don't know if they're going to sue again, if they're just going to let him finish school or whatever. But he's not playing basketball at Alabama, and there's a good chance Alabama gets punished for that. They took a chance, and this is something that I'm I'm glad I'm going through this because I hadn't had this as a story idea for tonight, but I want to say this really quick. Alabama had a choice here, right? Alabama absolutely had a choice whether they were going to play him or not, and they thought they were going to win that legal argument and didn't get it. No, this has nothing to do with Super Bowl. I know this isn't really college football, but it does relate to participation. And right now, these lawsuits over and over and over and over again, you guys know around here, what are we talking about? We're talking about a CBA, employment contracts, something that the players have representation. I don't know what that is yet, but they got to get started. At least start working on something, right? So these are things that have been on my mind. It matters a lot to me what you guys think about this stuff. So we'll dive into it. Certainly we'll have the callbacks. You guys are being able to call in tonight. Everything should be good. Just right now, that's in my head. I'm like, what are we doing here? Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. It is Tuesday, Feedback Tuesday. We let everybody call in, tell us how you're feeling. I'll read your comments and questions. This is the College Football Mafia channel, and we have a bunch of good stuff we do around here. Wild Ute University, Moen Confidential, partners of mine to help keep this going. And then the rest of my team, videos, shorts, research, all these things, College Football Mafia. That's what we do around here for you, so you don't have to do it on your own. We will do the homework. Do a pretty good job, I think. We'll do the homework so that you guys can relax, drive home from work, sit down, and we will point you to the sources, and we will tell you what is going on in college football. That's what we're trying to do, of course. We can always do better. We make mistakes. We do things that aren't, the greatest choices in the moment, but we don't do them for Millville. We do them for good reason. And I want everybody to sort of reset now, because what are we in? We are officially in the football offseason, which really doesn't start until the NFL's done, right? Everybody needs to relax. The NFL dominates. I'll talk about some viewership numbers for the Super Bowl. So college football ends, CFP's done, realignment, transfer portal ends. Sorry, not realignment. Transfer portal ends, and then Super Bowl. And now we're in the offseason. And that's where we do the most work around here, is in the offseason. We do the most work in the offseason because that's where most of the news happens nowadays. Everybody used to put to it and say, the offseason isn't that big a deal, right? Then realignment, transfer portal, NIL. And now the offseason in a lot of ways is even bigger than the real season from a news and notes perspective. So that's what we cover around here. We do a pretty good job. I invite you to subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and then subscribe on YouTube. College Football Mafia. If you're on X, jump over to YouTube. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to grow every day. And I would invite you guys to do that. So tonight I'm going to cover some news and notes. I'm going to review the Super Bowl really quickly, which was a blowout by my Seahawks over a Patriots team that shouldn't even have been there. Shouldn't have even been there. Probably the Broncos should have been there. Steelers had no chance, right? Ravens didn't even get in. Texans, they're a ways away yet. So it really came down to the Broncos and the Patriots. And what did we find out? That neither one, well, certainly not the Patriots. We're not going to do anything against Seattle. Final score 29-13. But it wasn't that close. Not going to do a bunch of review on the Super Bowl itself. I am going to get to some stuff, though, that I think you guys will find funny. In fact, I have a video clip that I keep bringing it up, and I cannot stop laughing. So I'm going to review that in just a second. But Seahawks win a Super Bowl. In fact, I need to make that a banner because my Seahawks are setting up. how do I want to say this? Because I don't want to sound vain. Seahawks have a chance. Seahawks have a chance to go back to back. And that's very difficult to do. We know in Seattle that there's shadows, right, of that haunting us. But in a lot of ways, that's gone. And those things don't matter anymore. Of course they do. But it's something that we're going to, in Seattle, I know Becky goes Huskies and Sergeant Pickles are thinking similar vein, right? We're never going to forget 2015. Just hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. But I got a video on that. Just a second. I think I marked it. Just hand the ball off for 1 yard. But this team is built to win, and it's because it's defense first. Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. I don't care how good your offense is. 2.9 times the Seahawks have come in with the best defense in the league and have generally dominated offenses. Humiliated the Broncos 12 years ago. Beat down a Patriots team that everybody was saying Drake May was. Come on. What are we doing, everybody? Drake May, really? He's a second-year quarterback. But talk about see ghosts. He was so overmatched on Sunday night. So we got that. I just want everybody to know that this is not something that we take for granted. This stuff is a big deal. Seahawks earned this place in history, and I could not be happier about it. Could not be happier about it. So let's get to a few shout outs, and then I will get to some video clips and articles, and then we'll get to your calls. So I'll try to move through those as quickly as I can. Really quick, I'm trying to, for some reason, it is not. Oh, there it is. I couldn't find the show link. Quote. Live covering. You guys are funny. I love you guys so much. This stuff, I get notes during the show. It pops up on my feed, and you guys crack me up. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's do some shout outs before we do anything else, because you guys were here early, and I really, really appreciate it. All right. First, we got Buckshot Kid, valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Really, really appreciate Buckshot being an OG member at this point. Love having him around. Oh, hey, Bomber. Good to see you, Buckshot Kid. Daniel Gygax, one of the members of the College Football Mafia family. Contributor in chief. Appreciate Daniel. He does a weekly short little snippet of the news, what's going on. Generally Sundays or Mondays. Daniel does a great job. Really appreciate the hard work he puts in. Good to see you tonight, Daniel. John Dry checking in early. John is here early tonight. I appreciate that a lot, John. Thank you so much. This is a laid-back show, so I hope everybody's not high-strung tonight. Mark's Holy Grail. Good to see you, Mark. Thank you so much, and love engaging with you on Twitter. Super, super smart. If you don't know who he is, look him up on Twitter. Fantastic, fantastic news coverage. Congrats, Nathan, on your Seahawks Super Bowl win. Dominant. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Mark, very, very much. Caden the Diesel Freak, always somebody that is coming in and keeping it real around here. Always calling us and calling everybody else out just to keep the news straight. I appreciate Caden so much. Member for 2 months. Thank you so much, Caden. I appreciate you. And as Moen says, we can get to some things like this. Homer has clapping. That would be for both Caden and Mark's Holy Grail and everybody else, frankly. Stephen Vitt, football season. Football off season, unless you follow the UFL. Anybody out here watch the UFL? I don't know. I'm not watching the UFL. Caden the Diesel Freak, $2 super chat. I've got some big news for the offseason. Let's go. Don't save it for 2 months from now, Caden. Let's get this news out. $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And the Evil Badger, Ryan Willie, checking in. OG member of the College Football Mafia family, member for 89 months or something like that. Nebraska back to the Big 12. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. If I'm not going to cover it tonight, but if you guys didn't see it, there was a report that Greg Flugar, Peek Around the Corner, friend of the show, friend of mine, really covered on Twitter. And basically, there was a moment where Nebraska is saying, hey, we might want to go back to the Big 12. Obviously, that didn't happen. I'm not sure why this report is coming out now. It seems kind of weird timing to me because they are stuck. And they are not walking away from the Big Ten anytime soon. But it was an interesting news snippet for sure. Thank you so much, Ryan. Yeah, Nebraska's not going anywhere. I'm sorry. Caden the D's Freak again, another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Caden. Must just be a super chat. Thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it, Caden. John Dry again says, what if the Big 12 gets Florida State, Clemson, Miami, and others from the ACC with Nebraska? The pay gap would be close to the SEC Big 12, I think. That's a fair point. I think, and again, reports, rumors, there's nothing I'm reporting official, but there is new, blood in the water that says those four brands, well, Florida State, Clemson, Miami, and I would probably not put North Carolina, but maybe North Carolina State. Oh, Louisville would be my top four in that regard of those. If they somehow, some way could get Clemson, Florida State, Miami, and Louisville to the Big 12, yes, it would be not only more valuable than the ACC is now, I think, but would only be marginally maybe $15 million behind the Big Ten and the SEC. It would be a monumental shift in college football. It would essentially kill the ACC as a power conference. It would become the Pac-12, and then the Pac-12 and the ACC maybe do something, take the best brands there, and I don't know. But, boy, that would be fantastic for the Big 12. I would absolutely love it as a BYU fan. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, time will tell, I guess. I can't absolutely say it will never happen. And then Caden the Diesel Freak, Caden the Diesel Freak says, you forgot to read my member's comment. I thought I did. Caden, I'm not skipping it on purpose. Let's see, on my way back, let me say FCS guy, hi. Good to have you, FCS guy. He's been around with us forever, almost 2 years. And that not only deserves claps here, I will do bounce, and I will do drum roll and heartbeat, and then gong. We'll do all those things for you, FCS guy. Thank you so much for being a member of the College Football Mafia family. I appreciate you, and I'm going to give you claps. Hi, Bomber. Great day for Mighty Bison. Go Seahawks. If you don't know what that means, I will show you in 10 seconds or so. I need to find Caden's comment. Am I wrong? Did I miss Caden's long comment? Because, oh, here it is. I did miss it. I apologize, Caden. I think I brought it up. Maybe I didn't even say it, so I'm sorry. I apologize, brother. It's my fault. My fault. Thank you for reminding me. College Football Mafia family, the Seahawks Legion of Boom is back, and Ohio State is going to return and win the national championship. So I'm happy. I'm happy, too, to have you here, Caden. Thank you so much for everything you do around here. I love hearing from you on our call-in shows. Thank you. Thank you so much. And, yeah, Seahawks Legion of Boom. We're talking about MOB, right? Members overall? No, that's MOA. Members over BS. I can't remember what the M is, but MOB DarkSide is what that defense goes by now, and they're built to stay. They're young, and they're going to bring almost everybody back under contract. So Seattle is built to run. Anyway, thank you so much, Caden. It's great to see you tonight. Thanks to everybody else for being here live. We are going to right now, get to some breaking news that came out. It was sort of leaked, and then it was not leaked. It was actually there, and then it was leaked again. I waited until, I think, Sunday to bring this news up, but I'm just going to take Pete Thamel's article here. I'm going to bring it to the fore like this. Let me take the link to that. It is official. North Dakota State, and the FCS Dynasty, a team that wins national championship after national championship, has joined the Mountain West Conference. And let's get to the detail. North Dakota State has agreed to a deal to join the Mountain West Conference in football only, for 2026. The school is expected to pay nearly $12 million. You got that right. $12 million to the Mountain West Conference to join, to move up to FBS. This was an early article. Farther down in reporting, it says they had to pay the NCAA the $5 million to get out of their contract. And they're going to go with 0 to a smaller percentage of the media deal for the next 5 years to join the Mountain West Conference. For one thing, I'm a North Dakota State guy. I'm a South Dakota State guy. I love Montana. I love Montana State. Sometime later in the year, I'll get out Montana State's banner or pennant that Pickle sent me. Those are great schools in areas that they do the best they can with the resources they have available. Montana, low population. North and South Dakota, very low population. So this is a big deal for them. But the thing that matters, and you cannot forget this, is just to join the Mountain West Conference, kind of like SMU, right? North Dakota State has taken the SMU option to get into FBS. SMU got it to get into an autonomous conference. But there is a rule. There's an NCAA rule that says you cannot qualify for the college football playoff until for 2 years you're excluded. 2 years. They say you could go 12-0, maybe even go 13-0 in a conference championship game, and you don't qualify for the CFP. Just like Liberty, just like JMU, James Madison. This is the keep it down mentality. The league fee charge used to be $500,000 or $5,000. It was some ludicrous number, absolutely asinine number, and instead they're appealing to get that done. And do not be surprised. Everybody says, "Wow, how they get Montana State, South Dakota, North Dakota State." These states have natural resources like aren't almost anywhere else in the United States. North and South Dakota have fracking oil money. It's not Texas Tech, Texas A&M oil money, but they have oil money. And the only way they were able to do this was to tap their boosters for millions and millions of dollars to make the move. So don't lose the thread here. The thread is to get into the college football playoff. And you guys have heard me say this a million, bazillion, gazillion times. All you need is access. And if you can get access right now, you can write a check and essentially qualify to win a national championship. It can be done. Beast mode. Sorry, Mr. Beast. Beast mode might do it too. Marshawn Lynch, my guy. Mr. Beast, Eastern Carolina. We talked about it last week. Rumor he could write $100 million check or subsidized. I'm not going to say he has $100 million, but he could give up to $100 million to Eastern Carolina to win a national championship. I would even lower it back more. And I would say just to get to the college football playoff, Mr. Beast would probably pay $100 million for Eastern Carolina to do that. Could be wrong. Depends how passionate he is about Eastern Carolina. Personally, my personal thought on it, my projection on it is that any school right now, and I'll put BYU in there, it wants to be Indiana. In the new playoff world, that's all that matters. I don't even know what to say. I'm kind of speechless because it goes national championship overall. Basketball national championship is a big deal. It is. I just let that sit with you. If your brand is North Carolina State, if your brand is Iowa State, I've already said BYU. If your brand, I know for a fact, if your brand was Utah, I'm waiting for people to shout me down. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient like Marshawn Lynch was on Sunday on his runs. Did you guys see how he ran? Anyway. So North Dakota State's paying the freight. They're going to do it. Eastern Carolina might get big money. BYU will continue to fund that charge, all to get to the dance and then win a game or two. I am on record. And I love this North Dakota story so much. It just hits me everywhere. Correct. I am a champion of this type of thing. North Dakota, except there is one exception, and that's SMU. But anymore, I don't care anymore. So go SMU. Everybody else, though. Oh, come on. Take a joke, SMU. I really think this is how big a deal it would be at BYU. If I've already said this, I'm on record years ago, actually. If BYU needs a new stadium. At least it needs a retrofit on its current stadium because of earthquake reasons. I think they need a new stadium myself. But to get that, they're going to need a lot of booster money because the church generally does not invest in athletics. I quit saying they don't give any money to athletics. That was the old myth. I've since learned because of federal money going to players. Technically, BYU administration and the church, a very small portion, maybe 0.001 or something of the total athletic budget, but I'm not going to lie to you, a little bit of money goes from one thing to the other. But the church generally doesn't fund massive construction projects outside of temples. It's an inside thing. If BYU got to the playoff twice and maybe got to the semi once, or heaven forbid, the championship game once, I personally believe they would be able to get and generate money from boosters, from fans of BYU, super fans of BYU, and they would get a new stadium on the books. They would start a new stadium project. They've already got one. I can almost promise you BYU's already got a new stadium hanging in a back room somewhere on a whiteboard. All they have to do is roll it out and say, okay, let's start. But obviously can't do that right now. So North Dakota State's going to do it. They're going to make the run. And I absolutely cheer for North Dakota State. Let's see here. What other stories do I have? I will get to your super chats and comments just a second. There was one other thing I wanted to say before I got into news and notes, or maybe I didn't. Let's see. That's all Super Bowl. I will cover in a minute. No, that's not it. Let me get to this other college sports news item, and then I will go back to comments and your super chats because you guys are awesome. College Sports Commission. You guys know how I love these guys. College Sports Commission. They're my favorite people in the world, aren't they? You guys have been around enough to know that College Sports Commission's my favorite kind of people. It's obviously not the people. It's the organization, I think is. Anyway, this comes from Daniel Libet, who constantly is feeding me his articles. His articles are on Sportico. I recommend everybody go and read this article on Sportico. Daniel did a fantastic job. My comment on it, well, first let me read his headline. Multiple schools that played in this season's Players Era Championship, that's a basketball tournament, are still waiting for their players' NIL funds to be released from the CSC. Sources say the delay is primarily due to the CSC, College Sports Commission, not yet clearing the deals. This, and I'm sorry I yelled, but this, clip me out, make fun of me, I don't care. This is what is wrong with the College Sports Commission and why having a contract, and when I say contract, I mean an agreement, a man-to-man. We are protecting each other legally. We're all in this billions and billions of dollar boat together. Just like it took everybody screaming in baseball and all the athletes screaming in basketball and the NFL, which does it the best. They all have CBAs to protect the athletes and protect the organizations. It's not all one way. It's not all one-way traffic. But because of this crap, if you're a player, and let's quickly circle back to this kid at Alabama. He left. He thought he was going to be in the NBA. He's not. It's like, well, I still have X number of months of eligibility. Why don't I just go back and play it? And everybody, all the purists, including me a little bit, say, no, you can't do that. That's whatever. But that's only available because the players who are in school or the players that are going to be in school are already getting their money. Then what happens? He doesn't leave. Right now, Alabama can make a verbal promise to him. Actually, they can make any kind of promise to him. And you don't like it, you go and do a lawsuit and try to get out of it. There are no protections. And anybody that's watching right now, and there's the smartest people that watch social media stuff are watching me right now. You know for a fact the athletes are being taken advantage of. But what do we hear about that? What do we hear about that? Do we hear about the players getting all these benefits outside of tuition and room and board, which they should have been getting all along anyway, and they have been, versus these schools that are, they're absolutely like North Dakota State. They're spending anything they can to go out and be relevant. That money, a part of that should go to the athletes. I'm sorry. Call it profit sharing, whatever. Some of the money should go to the athletes, and they should have employee protections. And no, I did not say they should be employees. But they should be and have employee protections. Insurance. I'm not saying W-2, but I'd love W-2, but even 1099. You know, you have taxes you pay. You have this, you have that, and the other. Make it formal. Because if you don't, we're going to continue down this road where everybody has to sue to fight for anything they can. Heaven protect Darren Heitner and Mitt Winter, smartest, super smart people, in my opinion. Because they're not being protected otherwise. That's why this is so freaking frustrating for me. It's the only way I can put it. Absolutely ridiculous. I encourage everybody to go to that link again, read the entire article, come back and tell me the athletes aren't getting screwed there. And let's have a conversation about it. You can come on the show. You can holler at me. I'm totally used to that. But this is it, guys. This is the reason. I mean, I've got this bookmarked for a reason. You should go to the link, bookmark it yourself, and then if you don't want to do the work yourself, stick around here. Watch all our member videos. Become a new member of the College Football Mafia family. And we have an entire video catalog covering everything: NIL, transfer portal, and consolidation, realignment, everything that has to do with the College Sports Commission. We do it all. So you don't have to. And just become a member of the organization. And you can join the guys that are already here. Caden and FCS guy and everybody else that's part of our family here. This is what we cover. All right. Let me get to some more comments. We will move down the road. You guys are awesome tonight, by the way. Thanks for being patient with me. Already did that one. I did Caden. I did FCS guy. Here we go. FCS guy again. Valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. $1.99 super chat. Climb the Mountain campaign. 25 million raised in 25 days. Tell me these guys don't care. Tell me they're not willing to sell their golden retriever to even have the opportunity to compete for a national championship. And then come at me with Greg Sankey. Sports is broken, and it's only because we're not able to keep as much money as we did 5 years ago. This is so stupid. So stupid. FCS guy has got it right. Always has, by the way. But you go to your boosters and you say, this is what our goal is. You're clear. You don't lie to them. You don't set unreasonable expectations. You go through, and this is what we can compete for, national championship. That 25 million is just a start. I promise you that. I've said it. In 2 years, they would be competing for the championship game in the Mountain West, or will be, and could possibly get into the playoff in 2 years. Because this year is transition. They're playing in fall of 2026. This isn't something North Dakota State paid for to play in 2028. They're playing now. They get that waiver. They change over their roster, which is already a great roster, by the way. North Dakota State knows what time it is. I love it. It's what is right with college sports, in my opinion. Everything about it. If you have the will and the way, and you have the organizational support and vision, you should be rewarded with more money and more attention and everything else. Ryan Willie, good to have you here, Ryan. I appreciate you. Again, Evil Badger, been a member with us forever. $5 super chat. There are too many FBS teams now. Don't turn football into basketball. Everybody, just so we're on record, Ryan is a valuable member of the Wisconsin Booster Club. He's a Big Ten lifer, obviously. So I would just say, look through everybody's prism. Mine's BYU, North or Southeastern Washington, Pullman, Washington State. Generally not front runner schools, although I was a bit more of a Husky. So I sort of had this put down mentality. Everybody's talking down to me. Moen said the same thing. Why did it doesn't hurt you, Ryan? You guys are going to continue to get your money. The Big Ten is not going to take a penny less by having 140 FBS schools. Now, I personally believe we need to be in the 48. I've changed that a little bit. 52 to 72 range in a new division. I'm on record with that. I know FCS guys screaming at me right now. But I also think the promotion relegation could be cool. But the number of teams shouldn't matter. What should matter is how many teams are willing to have the financial backing to go out and compete. That's all I want is good football. And I want more of it. I want more college football, not less. I'm just not in that space. SCS guy again, $2 super chat. $112 million athletic endowment. Team makers, $6.7 million annually. Or team maker. I mean that right. FCS guy. I do apologize. I'm not familiar with that, but an almost $7 million endowment every year. That's a lot of money for a school that was in the FCS. Now they would dominate FCS, to be very clear, but that's still a lot of money. $112 million athletic endowment. Everything they get, they deserve. Thank you so much for your history lessons, FCS guy. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Black Raider Steel. Did I do that right without anybody helping me? Black Raider Steel. That's a cool name. That is a really cool name. I've got some good names out there. I'm not going to give them all, but there are a bunch of good names out there that watch our show. Put all the false media narrative and Miami hate aside. If you're rocking with the U, you know what to do. Show your daddy, Mario Cristobal, support, throw those U's up. I can do that. I have no problem with that. I'm a fan of the U, if you didn't know. I don't recognize your handle, Black Raider, still. So unless you used to be something else, appreciate you being here tonight. For one, make sure you follow and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. Turn on your notifications, something I always forget to mention anymore. I love Miami. Always have. I will say this, though. The very first time I ever saw Miami play, it was that year. Let's see, what was that? 84? No, 84 was BYU. Sorry. It was before that. 1980, 81. Anyway, I was cheering for Nebraska. I will admit that. Or 82. I know what it is. I'm just spacing it because I'm thinking about this other news. But thank you for being here, Black Raider Steel. It's cool. And I appreciate your name. That's really neat, man. Thank you for sticking around. And then there's this. I love how I say stuff like that. And then there is this. Let me, because I, of course, always forget to bring up my moderator pop-out chat, and I'm going to call these out because Bulldog Mississippi has become sort of a fan favorite around here, actually. Mississippi State, those cowbells are something else. Like, it's next level. But thank you so much, Bulldog Mississippi. Let me give you some sounders first. Let's go with, I'm going to do applause. And applause. And Bulldog Mississippi. He has given 5 new memberships. 5 people watching this show right now have received a new membership to get into the College Football Mafia family. I appreciate you. Outside of that, after my show's over tonight, go into our members, subscribers library, and all the member videos. Just click on the videos tab on the main page, College Football Mafia, and we cover the gamut. If you're new around here, you just got a membership. Sorry. We cover all of college football and some Seahawks, and some basketball every once in a while. Not NBA, but regular basketball, college. I am so glad you're to see you tonight, Bulldog Mississippi. We're going to have to talk about what the SEC is going to look like in the spring or in the fall. If you're interested in helping me with some of that research, send me a DM on Twitter. You and I are connected now. I'd love to chat because I readily admit I'm a TV watching SEC person. Outside of the college news stuff, the teams minutia, I don't know so much, so I could use your help. Anyway, he gave out 5 new memberships, and those new memberships went to, let's get this right, 5 Terps 543, the Big Lubbock got a membership back. Joe Peck, good to see you here tonight. Mad Dog, go blue. I have no problem saying that. Mad Dog, go blue. Appreciate you. And Chef Mall 7. Thank you so much here for being here tonight, guys. Make sure you thank Bulldog Mississippi in the chat, just like I see the Big Lubbock just freaking did. And how cool is that? Big Lubbock shouting him out and then getting it back. Bulldog Mississippi. You guys are the smartest social media watchers. You just are. You're the smartest out there, and I can't thank you enough for being with us all this time. Make sure that you ask people in the comments how we do around here. Check us up. If we're doing stuff you don't like, let us know. I'm not saying I'll change it, but it would be nice to know. Bulldog Mississippi, part of the company. Appreciate you. And you guys, thank him. Just say thank you, Bulldog Mississippi. That's all you have to do in the comment section. And you all know how to do that. Terps 543 knows how. Lubbock just did it. Joe Peck, you've been around. Mad Dog, go blue. All you guys, just in the comments section, Chef Mall, give a shout out really quick to Bulldog Mississippi. Thank you so much for being here. 5 new memberships, and I am very, very grateful. Okay. So here's one. Okay. So I want to answer this right now. It's out of order. I've got comments all over the place, but I want to get to this because Fergie and I haven't spoken for a minute. Fergie is a contributor, part of the College Football Mafia family, and I appreciate him. He's a dating guy as well, covers and absolutely loves the Colorado Buffaloes. Anytime he's here giving me his time, I appreciate it. Fergie, send me a text. Let's talk, brother. We need to talk Colorado. Dion's not stepping back off his fines, which really surprises me. Anyway, Fergie says, Nathan, won't Utah and Kentucky athletes start being employees of their for-profit athletic department offshoots? They have been formed. They have formed. Sorry, offshoots that they have formed is what he was trying to say. Boy, oh boy. I mean, you know where I fall with that. I think so. I think they've been employees in everything but name only for decades. You do too, I know, because we're similar age. Well, at least closer. It's fact, Jack. And the fact that they continue to exploit the athletes, in my opinion, is still one of the – it is exploitation. Until you give them employment agreements or a CBA, everybody can hate me. I really don't care. That's not how business should be done. I'm sorry. Really is frustrating for me. Because it shouldn't be that way, but what can I do? Can't change it. So yeah, anyway, I mean, it's very, very frustrating. I think so, Fergie, but that's a conversation you and I could have at some point. Let's see here. Nate still ain't took the Seahawks hat off. Do I need to take the Seahawks hat off? I mean, I got Seahawks behind me. Is there a reason? You got that? Is that an inside joke I missed? Big Lubbock, do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button. Yeah, let us know how we're doing around comments and questions. Certainly become a subscriber. If you're on X watching right now, jump over to YouTube. Just put in the search College Football Mafia. We will pop up and become a new subscriber. Our off season's our best season, and you guys here tonight are getting the news as it's coming out. I really, really appreciate you being here tonight. Let me get to some more news. Actually, let me get to Seahawks stuff really quick here, because I didn't want to bury you guys in Seahawks stuff, but there's some stuff I can't. Okay, so this is
Taco
with simple Seahawks stuff. If you know If you know this, you know this.
Taco, if you're done with your meeting, can I have a beer, please?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, last one.
Just hand it to me, and I'll run it over to him.
Nah, I'll toss it to him.
Just hand it to me. No need to throw it, man. Come on.
No, it's really easy. I'll just throw it to him. He'll catch it.
Come on, man. We so close. I could run it over. It's just right here.
I just want a beer.
Come on, man. I can sleepwalk that thing for him, but come on, man.
All right. I think I'm going to throw it. What's the worst that can happen?
What? Catch? What? No. Time out. Oh!
Whoa.
Ah! 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 Fire! I'm burning! Help!
That's why you run it.
I'm burning! Oh! Fire!
Okay, that's the funniest commercial. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, that's Marshawn Lynch such an inside joke. You don't have to enjoy it. This is my show, though. Let me get to. How about this one? This happened while we were in between. What the heck's going on here? I lost my thing. Give me 1 second. I don't know what just happened. It closed. This is a quote everybody needs to read and share and enjoy. This was Daniel Roberts repeated this. Let's put this here. I'm just going to read the headline. Daniel Roberts. This is Kirk Herbstreit, and he says, I think the power forward needs to break away into a new football subdivision, create their own world, create their own governing body, allow the group of six to kind of create their own world, allow them to have their own playoff. So guys, stuff is starting to move, and it's not necessarily good in a good way, but stuff is starting to move. And if you're not paying attention, you absolutely will miss it. I want to save that for last. I don't have the map. To answer your question, Bulldog, Mississippi, I'll just answer this while I'm in flight here. I unfortunately do not have the map. I could pull it up. If somebody wants to just quickly put the link in or send me a DM on Twitter, I can grab it. But I don't have the map of the new Mountain West. I apologize. Or Mountain West and Pac-12 for 2 years in the future. That should have been something I had at hand, and I don't. I apologize. If somebody has a link to something like that, though, I will certainly put it up. I absolutely will. That's a good comment, though. I appreciate that. Next one is, this is a headline. This is the Super Bowl. Everybody says the Super Bowl sucked for viewership, right? Horrible game. Nobody watches defensive games. Defense sucks. Defense wins championships, people. I don't know who you're paying attention to or why, but they're not smart people. Offenses bring money, bring the dough. Defenses win the show. It's not the exact quote, but it's something like that. And it's true. People pay for high-flying offenses. Defenses win championships. So I'm in a defenses win championships mode. So that's kind of where that's at. But let me just read this headline. Brian Nemhauser says NBC's presentation of Super Bowl 60 set an all-time media record as 137.8 million viewers in the U.S. now. 137.8 million viewers. And the score was 6-0 Seattle in the first half. Second quarter. 137.8 million people were watching the Super Bowl, and Seattle was winning in the second quarter 6-0. I mean, what are we doing here? Football is it. NFL brings dollars. NFL, everybody watches, even if you hate watching them. This is the same numbers that we would get out of a real college football playoff that either everybody can participate in and we come up with a really maybe sophisticated playoff format. I'm not necessarily against that, by the way. I'm open to almost any ideas. except for exclusionary ideas. 40, 48, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm not okay with 48 teams. I'm not. I'm selfish, but I don't think that's where everything comes from. I really don't. I think the money comes from something like a guy out of Texas Tech says where they take the money, they combine it in some way. And if you don't think that if not the commissioners minions haven't all four of them broken off, started some informal little group that goes to the Bahamas twice a year to do whiteboard sessions in rooms that are covered with whiteboards, to not have a plan for 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032, maybe 2027, maybe even 2028. All of those things are possible. They combine media values or media's dollars, and they create a monster that, for lack of a better word, is NFL light. I know people are afraid of the NFL light moniker. Come up with a different name. Not only does it make money, not only does it bring viewers, advertising, and everything else, but it has a ton of people competing for a national championship. I'm going to read my tweet because I thought it was pretty smart. Wow, they say Super Bowl 60 was horrible, even unwatchable. By the way, every Seahawks Super Bowl has broken viewership records. Not every Super Bowl does that, by the way. And I guess the Patriots were nominally there as well, and I was making fun. Part of obviously, I can't claim it all, but Patriots obviously bring a lot of viewers. Hate viewers, maybe even more than Patriots fans. Jets viewers, Bills viewers, maybe. It's quite possible. Anyway, those are crazy numbers. I gave you the source on that. What time is it? It's 7. I will go another 5 minutes, and then we will go to your calls and comments, okay? So be patient with me. I'm going to have to get through this. I sort of rambled tonight. Let me see if this is the one I want to bring in. I might do a video on this one even. Okay, I'm just going to say shout out. Keep hope alive if you're watching right now. You and I are going to talk here in a minute, maybe in the next day or two. Your tweet, retweet of John Wilner's article, I might engage you to come up with some content with that, because that honestly I can't cover in one show. I'm going to give credit for John Wilner writing an article. I think maybe... No, I'm just going to post a link. You guys can check this out yourself. It's about the Pac-12 media deal, the new rules they came up with. And there's an idea that I guarantee you we will get into on this channel at some point in the coming days, if not weeks, is a flex schedule for the final game of the year. I talked about it ad nauseum last year, because I knew BYU was going to get screwed again. That last weekend, do not schedule anybody. Don't even try to compete with Auburn, Alabama anymore. Don't even try to. You want to get creative? Maybe they'll do this. Maybe your mark's already in the bag with this. But the 13th week after one bye week, or the 14th week, if you have 2 bye weeks during the season, make that a flex game. The Pac-12's going to do something like that. That way you get the best 2 teams playing in a game that's still in season that could affect who goes to the college football playoff, and you can still have your championship game. I'm not telling you what it all fit. I'm not going to say who it's all in, but that is the future, in my opinion. Absolutely is. And John Wilner's got it all fleshed out here, and he has sources and other things. But I've been thinking about it all day. I'll probably just do a video on this. Keep hope alive. Let you and I talk, okay? Seahawks win a Super Bowl. We can get off that tab. Most watched Super Bowl. I can get off that. And this we're going to leave you. And then we're going to go to call-ins, questions, and comments. This one. And I'm just going to play it and then laugh for a second. And then we will move on to your calls and phone calls. Okay. Let me bring this up. This is how crazy some of these NFL fans are. Okay, this is a show. I'm going to post the link to it. It's got 900 million views, but I'm going to post the link just because it is just really stupid. And I want to make fun of them. All right, listen to this.
Micah Parsons is healthy, and if Tucker Kraft is healthy, the Packers are in that Super Bowl. I think that they would have run through the NFC. I think they beat Seattle, assuming that that would have been the path based on who the Packers played and how it would have gone down. I think that they are the NFC representative in that game. Micah.
That is why people watch college football, everybody. That's why. That is why. And I'm an old man. That is a challenge for maybe one of the stupidest quotes I've ever seen in my life. And I mean, I don't know this woman. I have nothing against women. In fact, women are some of the best broadcasters we have. So men, they're putting men to shame because they work really hard. Mia Kimes out of Seattle. She is a Seahawks fan, and she's a dog, man. She knows how to hunt for the story, and she knows how to get numbers out there. And I support her 100%. Super fan of hers. Anyway, Green Bay would have run through the NFC and won the Super Bowl. I mean, what are we doing here? Sorry. It's just so stupid. All right. Now this is going to be interesting because I've gone away from the microphone on my headset. I'm using this mic my kids gave me. Wait, before I do have to get to some super chats. Don't be a liar, Nathan. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, wait, I got all my super chats. I'm sorry. Okay, super chats are in. Sorry, I thought I'd seen some. There was no super comments that I missed. Okay. So this is how this works. You guys can see I've got a phone number posted right down there. I will turn on the phone lines. You guys can call in. We will talk. The only thing that I'm not sure about is how this mic is going to be affected by the telephone call in my ear and what you guys hear. And I should have started the show with this, but I was just too excited tonight. I just wanted to jump into these news and notes things. I have adjustments I have not tweaked at all on this microphone. In fact, it probably has more adjustments than my BMW sitting in my garage. So if my voice is pitchy, if I'm too loud, and everybody knows I can get loud, but I'm okay with that. But if this whole time you think, just bomber, what are you doing? We already know you're heavy. We give you grace. Let's be calm a little bit, though, and not pitchy. Let me know, and we'll start playing with it. And I'll get it the best sound quality I can. That's why I put it up. Seahawks win the Super Bowl. BYU is going to get to the playoff this 2026 season. Go Cougs. And let's get into your phone calls. Right now, I'm going to open up phone calls. Phone calls are currently open. Phone number is 801-899-6203. I've talked for an hour. The next hour and a half, I will be here, and I will talk about whatever you guys want to, as long as you stay clean. And I'm watching my feed, and everybody says boot you because you've done something like a jackass. And I will do that. Just the way it is. But call right now, 801-899-6203. And while we're waiting for people to call in, I am going to let me do a bump. Let me do one more bump. Everybody be patient with me for just one more second. I neglected to re-bump the call-ins. I'm sorry. Let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we got a phone call in.
Call from
Caden the Diesel Freak, Nathan.
Caden the Diesel Freak. How did I know it was going to be you that calls me first?
Well, Nathan, I couldn't miss out talking to you, my old friend. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You like the Super Bowl, did you?
Oh, you're telling me, Seahawks fans. Finally, we got ourselves a ring and we beat the Patriots, and I am happy. Seahawks, Seahawks, Seahawks.
So are you a cheerer against the Patriots, or are you a supporter of the Seahawks?
Honestly, the Seahawks. Honestly, I was a fan of the Legion of Boom for their run, and Cam Chancellor was one of my favorite players.
Cam Chancellor is my favorite LOB player.
Well, and that guy was a once-in-a-time, player that played the safety position like you never seen, and I tip my hat off to that guy. But I wrote to you, Nathan, that I had some big off-season news.
Yes, go. I'm sitting here, man. Get on it. Let's go.
So, you know how I said Ohio State's coming back to win the national championship? Well, I am going to be getting inside access to the Woody Hayes Athletic Facility soon. To some football boot camp for the Ohio State University Buckeyes. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Yes, please.
I will be working out with the players. And I won't say how I got my pass, but let's just say some of the guys on OSU football team decided to message me and say, hey, we think your stuff's cool. We'd like to have you over. And, well, I said I couldn't pass, so.
Hey, man, that's cool. What do you think? That's not something you have to turn down for sure.
And as far as the rumors of Nebraska leaving to the Big 12, if they didn't leave for the Big 12, it wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Even now, even though that report was a decade old, right?
No, because I when somebody mentioned
maybe it wasn't a decade, maybe it's been the last 5 years, but I mean that didn't happen immediately.
No, because they know that the Big Ten is paying them a lot of money to get their butt kicked by everybody in the Big 12.
Just like UCLA. Yeah, just like UCLA. Yeah.
So moving to the Big 12 would just mean you're going to get your butt kicked again, but this time you're getting your butt kicked by BYU, Texas Tech. You're getting your butt kicked by some of the best teams in the Big 12. Let alone.
But Nebraska struggled. There's no doubt about it. They have absolutely struggled.
And let me just say this honestly. BYU should have been the college football playoffs. And I know they'll be back to play for the national championship. Because that's a team that I've been watching over the last couple of weeks. They've been up and at it ever since Kyle Whittingham has left Utah.
Yeah.
They've been really up and at it, getting a lot of his guys from pro up at Utah. So it wouldn't surprise me if BYU built a powerhouse team, wins the Big 12, beats Texas Tech for the Big 12 title, and makes it to the college football playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt.
Like, Nathan, I'm just going to say this honestly. It wouldn't surprise me if BYU beats the crap out of Oregon, beats the crap out of Alabama, or beats the crap out of Indiana. It would not surprise me if they did. Also, beating Indiana would be the biggest story for BYU. It would be the worst news for Indiana fans because their national champions got beat by a team from the Big 12 who Coach Cignetti thought wasn't able to play them good. Well, Coach Cignetti, I would tell you this. You underestimated us, but I pray to God you don't underestimate BYU, because if you do, those boys will kick your butt up in their house in Arizona, wherever you play them. They will play you for 60 minutes, and they don't hold back. That's the one thing I love about BYU. By the way, that I forgot to mention that.
Real quick,
I'll tell you,
I know you have something else you want to say.
But I'll tell you this. As far as BYU is concerned, Nathan, y'all played Notre Dame in week 1. So that's really going to be a big time win for you guys.
I think it's in October. I think it's like week 3 or 4, something like that.
it's going to be a good win either way.
Yeah.
Because that
Look forward to it. Yeah.
because that win ultimately just says you guys are a better team to go play for the Big 12 title.
Yeah.
Let alone-
That's right.
Let alone, I'll tell you this, Nathan, I'll be watching that game specifically, Notre Dame BYU, because I honestly, and you know this about me, Nathan, I cannot stand Notre Dame fans.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I got to cut you off here, Caden. I want to get to some calls tonight. But thank you so much for your super chats. And do you want to do a quick shout out before I let you go?
Hey, I do want to give a big shout out to you, the College Football Mafia family. As always, you guys are awesome bringing me in. And obviously, I love the College Football Mafia family. You know, I plan on being a lifetime long member of the channel, and I've been subscribed to the channel for 3.5 years now.
A long time. Yeah, from the beginning. Yep.
I've been a long time subscribed, and I've listened to your guys' stuff over the years, and then I recently became a YouTube member, and then somebody gifted me a membership again.
Right.
So
right.
to that person, you know, thank you as always. And I am going to tell you this, Nathan. Sunday afternoon, I've got more things on my mind that I'm going to be saying. So Sunday afternoon, if you ain't busy, come stop over by my YouTube channel, because I've got a lot more to say on my mind, including a lot of comments made by some stupid fan bases, unfortunately, because there's too many of them that keep talking too much, but their teams can't win the big games. So, Nathan, it's always good to hear from you, sir. Everybody, please subscribe to the College Football Mafia. Nathan, Mullen, Daniel, everyone and those guys who are in the College Football Mafia, please subscribe. These guys are no joke. These guys bring good content every single day. Professor U, love the guy as always.
Okay.
What else am I going to say? This is one of the best YouTube channels on YouTube right now, honestly.
Thank you. I'm going to let you go, Caden, okay?
We'll catch y'all later.
We'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. We will go, and I was just looking. I couldn't find that Mountain West thing I looked for. But we will give a clap. Thank you for being a member of the College Football Mafia family and being, you know, just cool with the channel. We really, really appreciate you. That phone number is 801-899-6203. 801-899-6203. Call in right now. Get whatever you got off your chest. Certainly, if you're a fan of North Dakota State or anybody, I would pointedly ask for G6 schools, and don't get all wrapped up, Pac-12 fans. G6 schools, call in, and you know, the best way to fix your position is to not roll over and be meek and not necessarily be obnoxious, but you do need to draw attention. That's what I try to do on the channel, is give as many of those people air as they can get, because they deserve it. They work hard, and I really appreciate it. I will work backwards through comments then while you guys are sitting here. I'm waiting for a phone call though. If you got, I'll go another 15 minutes unless we have more super chats and member comments, which we've had a bunch, or the time runs out, essentially. So we'll go to 7:30. That'd be 9:30 Eastern. And then by that time, if you guys aren't calling or keeping me around, we'll just call it a night. I'm not going to force myself on you. FCS guy says Darnold is greater than the Vikings. Wow, the Vikings. Now I'm on record. Becky and Pickles know this because we got a Seahawks group on Twitter. I fully admit that I was concerned when Seattle brought in Sam Darnold. However, I was also on record saying Geno Smith was never going to win us anything. So a change by itself didn't bother me at all. In fact, I welcomed it. For 2 years, I welcomed it. DK Metcalf cost us games. Geno Smith obviously cost us games. And now you see where they've gone and how successful are they? man, getting rid of them for Seattle was magical work. So I apologized. I fully repented, owned myself, and said, yeah, that wasn't something I was smart on. But I turned about week 7 or 8, and I was like, okay, I could ride with the way this guy plays. And then I had the first Rams game, and I was like 4 interceptions. And then I was like, what are we doing again? And then 2 more weeks, and then I was like, okay, I'm a fully committed Sam Darnold fan. At that point, I was all in. So, yeah. Anyway, that's where we are with that. Darnold is greater than the Vikings. Daniel Gygax, it was an ESPN Milwaukee show. Of course, they are our homers. Daniel, I have no problem with homer. I'm a homer. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a homer. There is something about being stupid, though. And that was an absolutely ridiculous take. I mean, facts would say otherwise. They couldn't even beat Chicago when they needed to, let alone run through the NFL playoffs. That was just dumb. Bulldog Mississippi says Super Bowl wasn't very entertaining. I guess it all depends what your perspective is, Bulldog. I like defense, have ever since I was a kid. I fell in love with Kenny Easley in 1983. USC guy, by the way. And he hit just as hard as Cam Chancellor and Nick Emanwari does now. I fell in love with defense. Every defense gives you a chance in a game, not every offense, i.e. Drake May, you and the Patriots. Are there any Patriots fans watching me? Probably not. But if you're a Patriots fan still watching me, one, I'm surprised. Thanks for being here. And 2, I think you guys have to look yourself in the mirror and say it was an accidental Super Bowl for us. And it was. Bo Nix, freak ankle, quarterback at Texas, spacing his name, 4 interceptions on the road. I mean, the AFC was a joke this year. The NFC was top heavy as hell. But it went deep. NFC West. Cardinals are a joke. If you're a Cardinals fan, I don't know how you live with yourself. But certainly Niners and Rams fans. That was the NFC this year. Let's see. Get to some more comments. So I'm working backward. Sorry, BYU football. That would be Shonsky. Valuable member in residence of the College Football Mafia family. It's good to see you, Shonsky. Hope you had a good weekend. People would watch the Super Bowl if it ended in a tie. It's all about your board food, about your something food and partying. I had a family party at my house. Did you guys all get to parties? I hope so. Super Bowl parties, in my opinion, are great. Some people hate them. I like them. Buckshot Kid, was the Super Bowl sold out? Oh, yeah. Although the ticket prices came down a little bit this year. It was in San Francisco. Maybe that's the reason. Expensive. Tickets average right around $3,500 average. That means the cheap seat was $3,500 and everything else was millions of dollars, essentially. So yes, Super Bowl's always sold out because they're sold to corporate companies. That's why. Okay. Well, I'm waiting for more comments to come in. I'm going to run 2 more trailers. This is one that I wanted to play last week and we didn't get to. I can't do that because I'm on calls. Rats. Okay, well, I guess I'm not running that video. That sucks. I wanted to run that, but that's okay. I'd rather talk to you guys. Call in now, 801-899-6203, 801-899-6203, and call me right now. I will. That's what I'll do. I'll go 12 minutes with calls. If you guys don't want to talk, that's totally fine. I'm sure everybody's still got the Super Bowl hangover. None of this shocks me. You guys have been awesome already. Meet all my expectations always. People are tired, worn out. This whole week, This news, it's an abnormal after Super Bowl week. It's normally really depressed. This year, it's dominated by college sports. Anyways, I got some clips from last week I was going to play. Bulldog, Mississippi again. Jason Myers deserves the MVP. You're not lying. 5 field goals in the Super Bowl record, for one. 2, Jason Myers scored over 200 points on the season, another NFL record. Seattle's loaded this year. There's just no joke. One more from Bulldog, Mississippi. We didn't see a TD until like the end of the third quarter, Nate. But again, I don't care. I was winning. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, Bulldog, at all. Your opinion is every bit as valid as mine. I'm just saying I don't mind that. I am not the type of guy that needs 10-9 baseball scores. I watch Premier League soccer in the World Cup. Low scoring does not bother me. I appreciate defense. So, Clint Moses in the house. Here's another guy that's a Seahawks fan. Good to see you, Clint. Where have you been all night? I'm so glad you got to join me before I left. Clint saying the only thing that really matters today. Seahawks. Masterclass by McDonald. That's the head coach of our Seattle Seahawks. Using blitzes and simulated pressures. Clint, love you, Bomber. I love you too, Clint. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming on. I needed somebody to do that for me tonight. The Seahawks. Mike McDonald is a genius, for one. And 2, he knows how to... He's a master tactician, like a high IQ chess player. And by the way, after the very first series, and I'm not the only one that said this, I've seen it several times. Mia Kime said it today. On her notes, after the first series, my family will attest, I said this out loud, there's no way they can score enough points to beat Seattle today. Was I nervous the whole game? Yes, of course. I remember 28-3. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. I remember that. I'm not stupid. Right? 28-3. But really, after the first series, it was kind of like 35-3. Deer in the headlights. Drake May could not get off the field quicker. He settled in a little bit later in the game, but there was no way. Richard Sherman, I wish I was watching with him. That would have been awesome to sit with him and just have him just say, yep, this is already over, guys. What's the final winning score is basically. I said 10 plus. I think I was right. Anyway, great to see you, Clint. Bulldog, Mississippi again. Shout out to Charles Cross getting a ring too. Hail State. Yep, Charles Cross from the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Fergie says, Nathan, not in a place to call, but you missed my congrats post earlier, I think. Did I? I didn't know that. Fergie, I must have. Let me see. I will go all the way to the top and scroll backwards, see if I can find you. And a congrats. If I missed it, I completely apologize. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Might be too hard to find, Fergie. I missed this. Dave's here. It has been. He's an OG member as well. Something like 32. No, I mean like 29 months or something. Thank you so much, Dave. Here, appreciate you. Do not like and the wooden nickel game. I'm not even going to dive into that because I don't have all the history on it. Let's see. Here's one from Daniel Gygax. Daniel says that's a big gamble. It might not pay off, and that $12 million can go far at NDSU. It's kind of irrelevant, in my opinion, Daniel. Who cares how much it costs? Really, the level it brings your coverage, the attention it brings to your school, it's worth a lot more than anything they're going to pay in media value. I promise. I promise. I was right. It was 5,000 at one time. Fergie, I'm sorry. I know I'm scrolling quickly. Oh, no, I saw it here, but I didn't read it. Fergie earlier says, congrats, Bomber, on the Super Bowl. NDSU fans are world class. Met them at the game in Boulder. That was last fall. And they know ball, or 2 years ago, maybe now, at Colorado. I will speak Colorado, Kansas, ASU, BYU to the SEC for the next 3 years until it happens. I love it. Let's go. Start the narrative now. I'm into wish casting just like the next guy. Yeah, there it is. Thanks for bumping it for me, Fergie. I really appreciate that. Nobody wants to talk tonight. It's okay. I'm losing my voice anyway. It's probably a good idea. I'll do one final call out, and then I got a couple videos to run, and then we'll get out of here. You guys can get on with your nights. I'm just glad you came to see me tonight. I just completely lost my train of thought. What was I? Oh, calls. 801-899-6203. Call me right now. 801-899-6203. And be a part of the show. 801-899-6203. Yell at me, tell me I'm stupid. I'm good with all that stuff. I can handle criticism. To be fair, I'm not wrong often. And that's not true. I'm wrong all the time. But it's fun to talk about anyway. 801-899-6203. Okay. We will turn off the phones. If I'm now missing your phone call and you want to call in, put it in the comments and I can turn it back on. Otherwise, I'm going to play these videos really quick, okay? First one is this one. Let's bring her on up. Here's the post. Copy link, post here. This is UTSA's coach, Jeff Traylor, talking about what you're willing to do to get to the college football playoff and win a national championship. Maybe.
Fundraise, and we got to find a way to fundraise. So if you come up with some idea, I have an idea. It sounds like East Carolina's going to copy it. I will give total access to this building at all times, 24/7, 365. We'll have a live reality TV show. If somebody will just go buy a national championship, we're just going to bet. We're going to bet on the Roadrunners. We're going to bet on the Triangle of Toughness. We're going to put down $50 million, and we're going to go buy us a national championship and have total access, live reality TV. Make your money back. I'm here for it if somebody wants to donate. Okay?
I'm going to tell you right now, somebody's going to take him up on that. Now, he's not going to get $50 million. I don't think. Maybe some tycoon will come in and say, yes, I will back up UTSA. But I do believe this tactic works. And yeah, I do. I still kind of make fun of it. I do. But again, just like the North Dakota State thing, at least I'm consistent. I love what he's saying. Why not? If Indiana can do it, right? If SMU could do it the first year, even though they didn't deserve it, but if SMU could get on the first year by basically $200 million or something, they're forfeiting. This guy's going to give you the keys to an entire athletic department, which, by the way, is a public entity, which, by the way, is subsidized by the federal government and Texas state dollars, plus the NIL. The level of investment, $50 million is a drop in the bucket. He's just saying that will get us started. His original quote was, I have an idea. Sounds like East Carolina is going to copy it. I will give total access to this building at all times. 24/7, 365. We'll have a reality TV show. You'll be the Kardashians. If somebody will just go buy, when he says buy, he means us. We go buy us a national championship. I posted the link. You can disagree with my opinion, but the sentiment, I 100% back up what he's saying here. And I would suggest you like it, retweet it because it wasn't my video, and leave a comment and bookmark it, because that's gonna be a historical document here pretty soon. I'm going to read this headline because it's going to affect something we're going to do around here. I am working right now to get Sacramento State, the president of Sacramento State, either to an interview or a live show, one or the other. And we'll ask him the tough questions we ask of everybody else. We do a pretty good job around here, by the way. If you're new to the channel, ask everybody in the comments how good of a job we do. Sacramento State is in the midst of an aggressive effort to join an FBS league, proposing a $10 million plus entry fee. North Dakota State just paid what, $12 million plus. Sacramento State saying we'll give you 10 plus not take any money for media dollars, foregoing revenues. Multiple conferences heard the pitch. One is believed to be exploring the possibility. So, what are the 4 conferences, G6 conferences we talk about around here all the time? Actually, I'm going to say 5. Pac-12, Mountain West, Sun Belt, Mid-American Conference, and the AAC all need money. Who needs it most? The MAC and the Sun Belt. Who is trying to bail themselves out of a giant tactical error? The Mountain West is. And then there's the Pac-12 saying, well, do we get Sac State so it's a defensive move so we can keep Mountain West out of California? That's big news, guys. These are all big news items. So I'm working on that interview just for you guys because I very much care. And then I think I'm going to leave you with this because everybody's really calmed down. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. This is the last thing I'm going to show, and then I'll probably tap out of here. This is arguably, outside of the Marshawn Lynch one, which I showed you a minute ago or a while ago. Post the link to this video as well. You have to be old to know this commercial. I mean old. You have to be, well, you weren't even born yet if you're 28. That's how old this commercial is. Okay? That's how old this commercial is. All right, are we ready? You can tell by the video quality, by the way.
Hello. We want you to remember our name, Outpost.com. That's why we've decided to fire gerbils out of this cannon through the O in Outpost. Cute little guy. Fire. And again. So close. Fire.
So, yeah, I might start ending every show with it. I lost track of this video for a long time. It had got taken off. I posted the link. Everybody that sees it will see that, oh, yeah, it's, there's a reason. But you see at the bottom it says AOL keyword Outpost. I think this commercial was from 98 or 99 at the near peak of the internet. This is peak early internet anyway. Outpost.com. Remember the name. I've got a bookmark now, so I have it forever. Watch the video, retweet it, leave a comment, make me look smart. But Outpost.com, shooting gerbils out of a cannon. There's 2 other videos. I'm going to save them for the future. I just told you who to look for on YouTube, but I will share those. But those, I cannot get enough of those 2 commercials. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Make sure while you're still here, like and subscribe the video. Let us know how everything is going out in the world today. Definitely comments and questions we take, we love. We also want everybody to know that at the end of the day, G6, A4, P2, we cover all that. Wild University does it on some of the smartest short form videos you will ever see about realignment, media values, actual data, not just a guy like me referencing data, but then editorializing. No, he actually does money stuff for a living. He's a finance guy. So those videos are incredible. And then Moen has turned himself into sort of a subject matter expert on a lot of things. I've been super impressed with what he's done. Then, of course, the production value of all our shows is incredible. So thank you guys so much for everything you do for us at the College Football Mafia. I want you to have a great night, great rest of your week. Not sure about Moen Confidential this week. Always check and follow on Twitter at the College Football Mafia. Follow me on Twitter. And I just realized I've got my wrong name in my banner. This whole show, I've had the wrong name, and that's bad. I'm embarrassed. I can't believe I did that. I changed my, anyways, I'll do it later. Escape. So it's just search Bomber and I'll pop up. It's Bomber at Bomber _ College Football Mafia. That's me. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Comments, questions, subscribe to the channel. Hit the comments, questions, like, and then notifications on Twitter and on YouTube. That way you know when our shows and news and information are going out. Stay safe. Appreciate you. And as always, go Hawks. Go Cougs. And peace out. We'll see you guys later. Bye.